Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to put a drone up over my front yard space and show you some landscape plans I have coming up. I actually did a similar video a couple weeks ago and showed the initial plans that I had for putting out some compost and some mulch, and those tasks have been accomplished. So in this video, I'm going to show you the next steps that I'll be doing during June and July and August to completely re-landscape that. If you haven't followed my channel or you're just finding my channel, I moved into this house roughly 6 months ago now, something like that, maybe 7 months ago, and I've been re-landscaping and doing some remodeling on the house as well. The front of the house is going to have new siding on it, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But started with just a bare slate everywhere. There's a playlist on my channel that I'll link right here called New House if you'd like to catch up. It's every video that I have created since I moved into this space. So here we go. I'm going to put the drone up and talk you through upcoming plans for the front yard. Okay, so in the first drone video for the front yard, I painted a line here on this side and said I'd be composting and mulching this. That's been accomplished. There's annuals have been planted in this section right here for now. Containers that I had in the backyard have been moved out here. Some additional containers have gone in this space. These have tubing in them so I can hook them to irrigation. I'm gonna run drip irrigation throughout everything. This side over here, same thing. I painted a line on the ground here in the first video and then have composted and mulched it since it's ready for planting. The next steps here, I'm going to put a fence, a small picket fence along the road area right here that's going to maybe be, I guess, 2.5, maybe a little over 2.5 feet maybe. And it's just gonna line straight right here and with the front porch right there. And then on this side, from here, going this way, same exact thing, okay? So there's gonna be a little fence here, okay? Then there'll be an arbor right here, just like this, right here. So there's going to be a path leading straight to the front door. The siding on the front is coming off and new hardy plank siding is going on, and it'll be the same color as I've done the backyard, which is a blue color. Next year, I'm gonna put a front porch across the whole front of the house. But for now, I'm just gonna take this cover down, clean it, and paint it, and paint the steps, and it'll look good for a year. And then, like I say, next year, I'm gonna put a front porch across the whole thing. Probably some sort of A-frame roof in the middle part, and then a sloped roof on this side and that side. Haven't fully decided that yet. So, walkways. My mailman has a walking route, and so he'd come in this way, or any guest would come in this way, like this, and there'll be a path leading you to the front door. Okay, everything on this side is going to be bed. Won't be any turf over there. I think I am going to leave a little bit of turf here. I'll show you that in a minute. And then this line comes to here, okay? Some sort of entry sidewalk. It may not be this wide. It may be a little narrower than this. Because the front porch is gonna be on here, the steps are gonna end up coming out a little wider. So in the future, the path to the driveway will need to be out here a little bit, about this far, and I'm just gonna run it just like this. So that as you're walking on it, you can naturally turn left, or if you're heading out, you can, don't want to paint my annuals here. Okay. Like this. I don't think it'll be quite that wide. I think I just did that a little too wide. There's going to be 3 steps, maybe let's say 2 steps for now. Step here, and a step right about here. There's quite a bit of elevation change here. I'm probably 2 feet below the bottom step over there where I'm standing. You probably can't tell that from the drone. This will have a low retaining wall right here on the edge of the sidewalk. that will just fade out as the slope disappears. And over here, there'll be a retaining wall that will do the same thing. It'll fade out right in there. This will be a stone retaining wall. And the retaining wall will come around here like this. And somewhere right in here, I'm going to have the retaining wall come into this sidewalk right here. So there'll be a stone retaining wall. Obviously I went wiggly because there's plants here, but it'll be a nice curve here. There's going to be a tree going back into the center right here, and it may be a single trunk serviceberry, but there'll be a tree going somewhere right about there. And okay, this side going this way, I think I may end up leaving some sort of piece of turf here. It's super hot out here, so it'll need to be a warm season grass. And probably Bermuda or zoysia or centipede. I probably will end up using centipede just because it has the lowest fertilizer requirements. And so just as a more environmentally friendly grass. From here, I need for the mailman to be able to come here, go to that door, and then come back out. I'll probably put a couple stones in the lawn right here, okay? I'm just gonna draw this line as the center of this space right here, just like this. There'll be some sort of informal path right here to lead the mailman out of here. And then branching off of here, I need to get to the backyard, so I'll have some sort of path that comes through here. These paths will just be informal, a stone here or a stone there to let you know it's a path, but not really a solid, any kind of solid path. I had to replace the drone battery, so you may have a slightly different perspective than you just had. This driveway, I talked about in the first video, there's a pool here. You can see how low this is. I talked about in the other video that this thing is sunk down over time, so I will be redoing this driveway. I tend to do planting when I can, when the weather permits. This hardscaping stuff like fences and sidewalks and driveways and fences, I do when it's 90 some degrees outside or it's 10 degrees outside. Those things I can do any day of the year, but I wanted to take advantage this whole spring of getting lots of planting done. I have several pieces to go in over on that other side over there already. They're sitting here on the driveway back there. So if you watch my Wednesday update videos, you'll see these things starting to be planted over here. But I think this should flow well. If you come off the porch where the steps will eventually be out to here, you can turn here and the sidewalk will get wider, flare out. So one direction toward the street, one direction toward the backyard. From here, there'll be turf here. This will all be bed around it. There'll be just a subtle hint of a path going this way. And so the mailman can go this way. I can turn this way. I need to leave this wide enough that I can get a cart through here in the future to mulch and to do maintenance, that kind of thing. There'll be, like I say, a little bit of turf here, some sort of warm season grass, likely centipede. Tiny little place, probably can mow it with a weed eater, honestly. It might be a little larger than this, slightly different shaped. In this space right here, I think I'm going to do a rain garden. Once the front porch goes on to the house, I'm going to gutter the entire house. I'm going to collect some of the rainwater to irrigate. Any excess rainwater I have, I'm going to bring it out here to this space, lower this space right here, and basically filter the water. Put a natural filtration system in here using plants before I dump it back into the world. Any excess beyond that. So I basically want to clean the water before it leaves my property. That's my goal. So I think that's it. I mean, it's a lot of project here. All the materials I use here will just be natural stone. I don't use, won't be any kind of concrete pavers or anything like that. I might use some sort of paver-like thing mixed in. I don't like to do a solid one type of material. I like to actually blend different materials into my hardscaping. And the retaining wall will be some sort of fieldstone retaining wall. We'll get to that once it gets too hot in the summer to do other things. So this is the plan for June, July, and August out here, which it also includes, like I say, doing major remodeling of the exterior of the house as well. So thank you for following along with these videos. The Wednesday update videos are where you'll see most of this progress, but I will put the drone back up in a few weeks and show you where it is again.